Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Jennifer Vanderbeek from scrapsoflife.com. I'm also an artist in residence for Imagine, and it just so happens that this month Imagine and Stencil Girl were teaming up for a blog hop, and so this video on how I created this mixed media canvas is the result of my participation in the blog hop. Okay, so Stencil Girl graciously offered us some of their stencils to work with this month, and I chose some that just kind of looked interesting or spoke to me in general. And when it came time to start this project, I decided that this peacock feather was ultimately my inspiration, but I've used all four that I received in different ways. Even though, you know, Rembrandt's words and the stone background mask, they might not have anything to do with the feather motif to begin with, but I still think that they can be very interesting layers in a project like this. I started with acrylics on my prepped canvas, just again playing with that peacock feather motif, kind of suggesting by color and arrangement a large, like really blown up feather on the canvas. This is about I think a 10-inch canvas. And then I used the sparkle creative medium, so it's ultimately clear with a little hint of sparkle, to add some texture in the center and in the corners with first the stone background stencil or mask really, and then I used the gold creative medium on top of that with the peacock feathers. For the figure, which I love this figure, it's called Loose Woman, and there's several of them, several different poses of the loose woman on her site, and I just thought she looked so carefree, and knowing that this was going to take place, this hop was going to take place in the summer, I thought she would be great. I originally thought I was going to do like some sort of like beachy theme. Obviously I did not, and I decided to juxtapose some of the peacock feathers as extending from her hands almost, so kind of like the fan dancer idea is what this turned out to be, and I just think it looks so fun and whimsical, and more power to her. To make the figure itself stand out, I've used some Radiant Neon Amplify to fill in some of the shapes and voids from the stencil and help it stand out a little bit, and then added some text in the shimmer creative medium just to give more of the background. I love the look of words on a background, and the foreground for that matter, because that's what I'm going to end up doing. You'll see in a moment. But I just think that the handwriting stencils are so useful. Once I had the basic composition down, I kind of left it on my desk for a little bit because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do next. I knew it wasn't finished, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do next. What I ended up doing was buffing on a layer of white brilliance ink with the smudgy to kind of highlight some of that tone-on-tone stenciling. And then I came back on top of it with the Celestial Copper to add some depth and aging. And this really highlights the stenciling. And then I like to use, like I said, I love the look of words, but I also like to add, you know, captions or sentiments or titles or something to my compositions. And this was this case here. I had a stamp from, I believe, Stampers Anonymous, and I wanted to use it, and I ended up stamping it on some vellum and then heat setting it to make sure it wouldn't smear when I then decoupaged it on, basically with more of the creative medium. I really love how this canvas turned out. It's so fun. There's so many layers, there's so many little things going on, but I like the idea of how after buffing it down, the dancer in the corner stands out, and the phrase, acting normal is quite tiring. Well, gee, you know, truer words some days. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. And as always, you can check out the fabulous products from Stencil Girl and Imagine on their respective sites. I'll make sure to link them down below. And have a wonderful creative day. See you next time.